I just had a car wreck. I was just stabbed in the neck.
I didn't ask you about the car wreck. I asked you if my officers heard you.
Sir, I called y'all about this car wreck that just happened. I was arrested and detained because of it.
You know, this is why calling the police is often the last thing on people's mind when they need help, because so often it's not even just that, law enforcement is frequently just, lacking proper training to deal with certain situations or lacking the proper type of staff and professionals who can really be prepared to handle different types of people who need different types of help. But oftentimes these guys are just, they're just jerks.
I called y'all because I was injured.
And what did I just ask you?
I don't know who injured me or what injured me.
Don't get in my face. I can hear you.
I don't know who injured me or what injured me. I know I sustained some sort of injury.
What?
Sir, I cannot determine that until I go to it. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I just know I need to go to a doctor very soon.
And they're really just out to book something. They're out to get their quotas, and they find people who look like they don't really have much going or don't really have much on their side in terms of suing the department or really being able to do anything about being mistreated. And so, again, this is one of the biggest reasons why calling the police is often the last thing on people's minds, because of stuff like this. You see stuff like this and it's like, is it really worth it? Who am I really supposed to trust? You think about family and friends and stuff like that long before you think about calling 911.
Does your car have a cage? Does your car have a cage? Okay. We got to do paper on him, so we're done. We're done. Which car do you want to put him in?
I'm literally telling y'all that I haven't.
Which car do you want to put him in?
They weren't even listening to him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He was saying, look, I'm hurt, I'm injured, I just got hit. They could see that too. They pulled up, they could see that he had an accident. They could see there was no other car there, or whatever the situation was. And they just flat out weren't listening to him. They were, they had an attitude. They were acting like, even though he had his hands tied behind his back and there were multiple police officers there, they were still acting like, oh, this guy's a threat. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, and think about that. Police pull up on people. You know what I'm saying? It's not like police are twiddling their thumbs and this guy pulled up on them. No. The police pulled up on these people. And then they act like they're victims and like they being pursued and like their lives are in danger, when all of a sudden they're the ones who are being called. So it just doesn't make sense, other than they're just being jerks and they're looking to get their quotas, nothing else.
Someone hit my
Put your feet in there. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
Once the officers managed to secure Mr. Hill in their patrol car, they towed his vehicle and took him to jail, where he spent the next 24 hours. Mr. Hill was charged with interference with police activity, which is a municipal violation, but the charges were later dropped.
I don't know if he has the ability to, but now that this tape is going more viral across the internet, I hope he sues the department. I hope he does something, because that was ridiculous. He had to spend 24 hours in jail when he was saying that he needed a doctor. He wasn't exactly sure what was wrong, but he wanted to get checked out. Well, I'm sure he wasn't getting properly checked out when he was being detained for 24 hours, and the charges were dropped. Why? Because they were ridiculous charges. And it's not like they had to, we had to investigate, we had to look through, and then we found out the charges weren't, valid. No, they knew the charges weren't valid from the get-go. But this is the reality of law enforcement in the United States.